Hello everybody, welcome back to Mo Hunt Silver. Tonight's video we're going to have a 2-box nickel hunt. This will be nickel hunt number 26 of the series and boxes 36 and 37. I did have to open them because they are Loomis boxes to find out to see if we have circulated nickels, and we certainly do in both these boxes. And the first box of this video is going to have one ender right there. I believe that's a 1941. And then the second box of the video is going to have 3 enders, which I believe are all in the 50s, but I have them all marked with a red, just a red spot there on the roll. So we're going to be looking for older nickels, anything pre-1960, buffalo nickels, V nickels, maybe some silver nickels, proof nickels, errors, varieties, and anything else possibly that we can find to put in these books right here to try to fill them up. Because we are at 169 spots now out of 194 in our Jefferson nickel albums and 16 of the 65 in our Buffalo nickel album. So I'm hoping in this hunt we can fill some more spots. So I will be right back with the start of box number 36 of the series after I hunt the first 5 rolls, and then I will do a 5-roll recap from there, unless I find something in the middle of the set of 5 rolls that I'm working on. So I'll be right back. The first group of 5 rolls is going to give us 2 finds pre-1960. We have a 1955, and this one is going to be out of Denver, and a 1957, and that's going to be out of Philly. All right, we'll move on to the next set of 5 rolls. The second set of 5 rolls is going to give us 4 more pre-1960 Jefferson nickels. Oldest one being in 1941 out of Philadelphia. And then our 350s that we found are going to be a 1956 out of Denver, 1958. That one's also going to be out of Denver, and a 1959. That is a Denver as well. So we'll move on to the next set of 5 rolls and see what else we can get. The third set of 5 rolls is going to give us 3 more Jefferson nickels pre-1960. Oldest one is going to be a 1947. And this one is going to be a San Francisco. Right there, you can see that S mint mark. And then our other 2 are going to be a 1955 out of Denver and a 1959. I believe that one is out of Denver as well. All right, so we'll move on to the next set of 5 rolls. The fourth set of 5 rolls for this box gave us nothing. So we'll move on to the 5th set, and that'll put us halfway through box number 1. All right, the first roll out of the 5th set of nickels, and we're going to have something pretty sweet right here. 1955. The Denver is the more common one, and the 55 Philly is a semi-key date. And when I flipped this one, I saw it had no mint mark on the reverse. So we are going to have a semi-key date, 1955 Philadelphia. That is sweet. All right, that set of 5 rolls gave us 2 finds. We have a 1949 that is absolutely cruddy, and that's going to be out of Philadelphia. And then we had a semi-key date, 1955 Philadelphia. So that's not too bad. I'll definitely take that. And after halfway through the box, we're going to have 3 from the 40s and 8 from the 50s, one of them being a semi-key date. Set number 6 is going to give us 5 more finds pre-1960. 2 from the 40s, a 1940, and I believe that's a Philadelphia. Yep. And a 1948, which I believe that is also a Philly. And then 3 from the 50s, a 1951 right here. That is a Philadelphia. A 1956. That is a Philadelphia. And a 1958 with more cred on it from Denver. Set number 7 is going to give us a lonely 1957. And that one's out of Denver. So we'll move on to set number 8. Bring you guys back in on the third roll of set number 8, because we're going to have another semi-key date right here. When I flip this 55 over, it is going to be another Philadelphia example. So that's 2 55 Phillies in this box. Actually, I'll put that right up here with the other one, because that's the first one we found up there. And it also looks like there's going to be a couple other possibly older Jefferson Nickels in this roll as well, because I've already pulled this one out right here, which is a 57, and that's going to be a Denver. Then we had a 1959 right here that was behind the semi-key date, and that's going to be a Philadelphia, so that's a little bit harder to find. And just go through this real quick with you. Yeah, there's a 56. A lot of 50s in this roll, and that's going to be a Philadelphia. What's this guy? 64. This one looks like it's kind of older. Another 64. What is that? 96. It's ugly. All right, that's going to do it. But yeah, 4 50s Jefferson Nickels out of that roll, and one of them being a semi-key date. Well, I'm on the last roll of the 8th set, and I can't believe what I just uncovered when I laid this roll out. You guys see that right there? This is a 1910. We're going to have V nickel. I am glad I found that. That is really sweet. It's not in the best shape, but I mean, I probably wouldn't be either if I was 115 years old. So that is an oldie for sure. And that is really sweet, actually. I did not expect that one at all. Awesome. That is a great find for the hunt. All right, so I have all 5 rolls now hunted of set number 8. And this was a really, really good set, actually. We found a semi-key date, 1955 Philly, the 1910 V-nickel, and right towards the end of the last roll, I found a 2009 out of Denver that's not in bad condition, honestly. Usually when I find them, they're a lot worse than this, so that's a good find right there, low mintage. And then we also found a 1949. I believe that one's a Philly. A 1959, that's the Philly. 1959, that is also a Philly. 1956, that's a Philadelphia. And then a 1957, that's a Denver. So that was quite a few coins in that 5 set. But we'll go to the next set of 5, set number 9, see what else we can find. 5 roll set number 9 is going to give us 2 finds. We're going to have our first foreign for the box, and that's going to be a 1983 out of Canada. And then we also had a 1958, and this one is going to be a Philadelphia. So again, that is the slightly harder one to find for the 58s. We'll move on to the last set and see what we can find in this box. All right, folks, that's going to do it for box number 1 of this hunt. The last set of 5 rolls gave us 3 finds, and the oldest one is going to be a first-year Jefferson, 1938. That is a Philadelphia. Then we had a 1946 that is pretty beat up. It's also a Philadelphia. And a 1959 that is pretty trashed from Denver. So this first box is going to finish us up with, I'll start with the 50s, I guess. Altogether, we're going to have 19 from the 50s, 7 from the 40s. We did get one 30s, and one V-nickel, 1910. We did find one 2009 out of Denver. Two of our 50s are semi-key date, 1955, Philadelphia's, and one foreign, the 1983 out of Canada. So we'll move on to the second box of this hunt and see what else we can find here. Hopefully a war nickel or a buffalo. Set number 11, or the first set for box number 2, is going to give us a total of 5 older Jefferson nickels. And the oldest one out of this set was a 1946. And that one's a Philadelphia. And then we got a 1952. And that one is going to be a San Francisco, little S mint mark there. And then we got two 1958s, and I believe they're both Denvers. That one is. And so is that one. And then a 1959. And that one's a Denver as well. So not bad. And we'll move on to set number 12 for the video. Set number 12 is going to give us 3 more older Jefferson nickels. And this set is going to give us a 1948. And that one is going to be out of Philly. A 1957, also out of Philly. And a 1951. And that one's going to be out of Philly as well. All right, so we'll move on to set 13 and hope we can find a silver or a buffalo. Oh yeah, the fourth roll in set number 12 is going to give us a buffalo. I just laid them out here, and we are going to have a buffalo right there. That is sweet. It's only the 4th coin in from the end, and it looks like we might have a date there. Oh boy. No, I can't really make anything out. We might have to nick-a-date this one. Let's see if it has a mint mark. Nope. So that's going to be a Philadelphia example. But let me put some nick-a-date in that date area, and we can at least reveal what the date of this one is. I'll be right back. All right, guys, after applying a little bit of this nick-a-date to that buffalo nickel, I have it now under the microscope, and it is going to be in 1921 out of Philadelphia. I believe if this had been a San Francisco, this would be a much better date. But I'll put a mintage below on the 21 Philly. And I believe this is also going to be an addition for the book as well. But we'll just have to see. There you can see that 21 sticking out of there. So that's awesome. I will take that for sure. All right, guys, set 13 is now hunted. I believe I misspoke in the one clip that said set 12, but this is actually set 13. And it's going to give us one buffalo nickel, 1921 out of Philly, and then 2 from the 50s, a 1953, which is a Philadelphia, and a 1956, which is also a Philadelphia. So we'll move on to set 14 and see what this one will give us. Set number 14 is going to give us 2 more older Jefferson nickels. First one up here is going to be a 1940, and that is going to be a Philadelphia. And then the second one is a 1941. That is going to be a San Francisco. Right there. Not bad. And we also found a 2009 with some gunk on it. And this one's going to be a Philadelphia. That's pretty sweet. All right, we'll keep moving on to set number 15 of the hunt. Set 15 for the hunt is going to give us 3 more finds. We're going to have a 1948 out of Philadelphia, 1954 out of Denver, and a 2009 out of Denver as well. Pretty circulated condition, but it's a low mintage, and I will take it. So we'll move on to set number 16. I just flattened out the first roll for set 16 of this hunt. And right here, I guess about a third of the way through the roll, I see a buffalo nickel. It's the reverse of one right there. And this is going to be another Philadelphia example. So let's see if this one has a date on it. And you know what? That does a little bit. That looks like it's going to be a 1928 from what I can see. Let me look at it a little bit better here off camera. Yeah, that's going to be a 1928 with a little bit of the ring of death right here at the top portion of the 8. So that's pretty sweet. 1928 Philadelphia Buffalo Nickel number 2 for this box. Very cool. All right. Well, I can't believe this, guys. Very next roll, I bring this back in because there's our first Buffalo Nickel. I laid this one out, and we're going to have a second one right here. Plus, this was an ender roll, 1940, that was on the end. And as I was perusing real quickly, I saw we're also going to have a 1947 back here. And this one here looks like it could be old as well. And it's not, a 1962. But let's see what this 47 is while I have yous here. And that one's going to be a Denver. And then our 1940 is going to be a Philadelphia. And the Buffalo Nickel, which looks like it's going to be a dateless one. It's got the feather right there, 3 feathers. And I don't believe that had a mint mark. But I'll have to nickel-date this one to see if we can pull a date, because I do not see anything there. Ooh, that's tough. All right, let me nickel-date it, and I'll be right back. Well, I hope you guys can see this, but the nickel-date is going to reveal a 1919 on this Buffalo Nickel, and it's going to be a Philadelphia. So that's pretty cool. I believe we have this in the book already, but that's a nice oldie for the hunt. Pretty awesome. Set number 16 of this hunt was a great set. We did pull 2 Buffalo Nickels out of that set of rolls, a 1921 Philadelphia and a 1919 Philadelphia. And then we got 6 older Jefferson Nickels, a 1958 out of Denver, 1940 out of Philly, 1947 out of Denver, another 1940, and that one's going to be a Philly, then a 1956 Denver, and a 1956 Philadelphia. So that was an awesome set right there. And we'll see if it continues through set number 17. Set number 17 wasn't too bad. We got a total of 5 finds in set number 17. And we did find a 2009 out of Philadelphia, a 1940. And this one is going to be a Philadelphia, 1949. That's going to be a Philadelphia as well. And then a 1953, which is going to be a Philly. And a 1959, that will be a Denver. So not too bad, like I said. And we'll move on to set 18. Set number 18 will give us two more older Jefferson nickels. We're going to have a 1941 right here that is out of Philadelphia, and a 1957 that is out of Denver. So we have 10 rolls to hunt in this box, and I'll be back as soon as I have the next 5 done. Set 19 is going to give us a lonely 1956 out of Denver. So we'll move on to the last 5 rolls and see what we can finish this box out with. First roll of the last set of nickels. I'm bringing you guys in because we have a 1948 that is not in bad shape. And when I flipped it over, I saw that it has a San Francisco mint mark. So that's going to be a semi-key date now found in this box. And I'll put the mintage below, but it's not that high. All right. Not, like I said, not in bad shape either. And a little bit of possibly a grease strike on the reverse. But I will take that all day. All right, guys, the last set is going to finish out this hunt with 5 more finds. They're all older Jeffersons. And we have 3 total from the 40s. A 1947 out of Philly. A 1948 out of Philly. And then our semi-key date, 1948, San Francisco. And then a 1955 Denver that is not the D over S. And the 1958 Denver. So that'll do it. I'll get all the finds for this box counted up, and then we'll do a total wrap up for the hunt and see what kind of additions or upgrades we can make in the books. So I'll be right back. Here's everything for box number 2 of this hunt, and this was a pretty filled box with all kinds of good goodies here, all kinds of good things. So I'll just get into what we have right here in front of us on the mat. On the top, we have 2 2009 Philadelphias and 1 2009 Denver. Then we got a total of 14 from the 40s. One of them is down below that I'm going to show in a minute. And then we have 18 from the 50s altogether, all common dates. And we did get 1 semi-key date, 1948 San Francisco in this box. And then 3 Buffalo nickels. And the oldest one being in 1919 out of Philly. So I'll get everything together for a wrap up of the entire hunt and be right back. And here is everything for the entire hunt. I'll tell you what, my Loomis boxes have been on fire lately. Because for the 2 boxes in this video, here is all the finds that we found in total. And I'll start up here, which we're going to have 21 from the 40s. One of them is down below. A total of 37 from the 50s. 2 of them are down below. And then we got 2 2009 Philadelphias, 2 2009 Denvers, our 1 foreign, which was the 1983 from Canada. And we did find 1 first-year Jefferson, 1938, from Philadelphia. And then as far as our finds of the hunt, we had 2 1955 Philadelphia semi-key dates and 1 1948 San Francisco semi-key date, 3 Buffalo nickels in this hunt, and then we found 1 V nickel, which I believe is also going to be a new one for my collection because I don't believe I have the 1910 yet. So that is awesome. This was a great hunt, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video as I was going along here finding all this cool stuff. And then we do have some bright and shinies to compare to the books. But yeah, I mean, the only thing we really didn't find was silver and the proof, really. No mint errors or varieties in this hunt, but an excellent hunt. So let me see what we can do in our books, and I'll be right back. All right, guys, this was a great episode. Being as far in as we are, we were able to make 3 additions to our Jefferson nickel album. and one addition to our Buffalo Nickel album. And right there is going to be our addition for the Buffalo Nickel album. The 1921 out of Philly with only 10.6 million minted. And then for our Jefferson Nickel albums, we were able to add the 1963 Denver with a really nice example. The 1978 Denver with a pretty nice example. And the 1988 Denver with a pretty nice example. So that is not bad. We are getting down there on the amount of spots now. Let's see, we're down to 22 spots in total for our Jefferson Nickel albums. And we still have quite a bit of work to do in our Buffalo Nickel albums. So, not bad. And the series is going to continue to get as far as we can in these books. If you guys are enjoying it so far, please give it a thumbs up. And I'm going to say thanks for watching. And have a good one. Oh, and please subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. I appreciate every single one that I get.